Hello and welcome to my presentation about Memphis Rap. A little bit of background on Memphis. Memphis is a city in the state of Tennessee. The city has been very important to music history for many years. There's a legendary recording studio that is located in Memphis called Sun Studio, which Johnny Cash performed at, and many influential, very important artists have recorded at over the years. Additionally, Elvis Presley had his famous mansion named Graceland located in Memphis. And as you can see on the map, Memphis is located right here in the south of the United States of America. Now, Memphis rap is a subgenre of rap that became pretty popular in the Memphis area in the 1990s, and to this day has a pretty popular following, but we'll get into that. This rap genre is also known as Memphis hip hop or Memphis horrorcore. Now, the Memphis horrorcore label is due to the nature of the lyrics and the imagery associated with this genre. As you can see here, 666 on the hat, and there's a group called 666 Mafia, and there's a lot of skulls that are used and satanic imagery. So it's a pretty darkly inspired genre of music, hence the name horrorcore. But for a more professional tone and for the rest of this presentation, I will refer to it as Memphis rap. Now, the characteristics of Memphis rap are its dark atmosphere, minimalistic synth melodies, triplet flows and cadences, rattling hi-hats, use of the Roland TR-808 drum machine, a heavy focus on repetition, dark lyrical themes, and lo-fi production. Now, you may notice that some of these, most notably the triplet flows, the rattling hi-hats, the use of the Roland TR-808 drum machine, the focus on repetition, are pretty common elements of modern day rap music. And this genre was, if you remember, in the 90s. So it definitely has a lasting influence, even if it's not super obvious all the time. But its influence is definitely there. And so it's important to know about this subgenre of rap for that reason. And in the picture here, you can see the debut album of 666 Mafia, or as I said earlier, 666 Mafia, you can say either, called Mystic Styles, which is a very important genre, a very important album to the genre, to the subgenre. But I'll get into 666 Mafia later. Now, a very important aspect of Memphis rap is the tape trade. Due to the lack of resources and funds that the Memphis rappers had access to during this time, they released their albums on tapes with frequently low quality audio recordings. This created an interesting subculture of tape trading among the local Memphis communities, getting these artists local recognition as they sold their tapes, and the tapes are traded among fans. And to this day, the tapes are collected by people who are very passionate about this genre of music. There's even a subreddit on Reddit dedicated to this subgenre, and people discuss tapes and new music that they found that fits into this subgenre. And there's always there's a mysterious aura that lies around this around the style of music, due to the fact that they were recorded on tapes and they didn't have a high budget, and so people are finding new music, and it's just an interesting underground kind of subculture around these tapes and around these artists and around this music. Now, here we are talking about 666 Mafia, which is arguably the most important group to Memphis rap. Most notably, the group includes DJ Paul and Juicy J. There were numerous other members, but DJ Paul and Juicy J are, in my opinion, the most important and they are the only two members who are still part of the group. They were behind the majority of the production on the albums, and they were really the heart and soul of the group. Additionally, Lord Infamous, who is related to DJ Paul, was a big factor. And not to look down on the other members of the group either. As I say here, many of the members of the group went on to have successful solo careers. And it kind of seemed like if you wanted to get successful making this style of music, this Memphis rap style, then you had to be kind of in with 3 6 Mafia. They were really the group that brought this style to the mainstream, and they're still known today. Before I knew any other artists in this style and this subgenre, I knew 3 6 Mafia, and they had some like club hits back in the day. They are still pretty relevant today, as a lot of artists will cite them as inspirations, influences, and they're still making music to some extent. Especially Juicy J is he's pretty known and popular these days. Now, one of the most interesting aspects to this style of music is the existence of conspiracy theories that surround this music. And this has to do with the fact that Memphis as a city has, some interesting factors to it. It has the giant Bass Pro Shop, which is shaped like a pyramid. And people have conspiracy theories about that, and like that there's like dark magic and demons and stuff that exist in Memphis, and that these Memphis rap artists somehow put spells or dark demonic energy into the rap tapes. And this also has to do, of course, with the fact that some of these tapes and some of these songs reference the devil and talk about like, all kinds of very dark topics, drugs, killing people, just like very dark, definitely like not light topics. And this on top of the devil aspect and some of the imagery of skulls and just satanic imagery. As you can see here, there's like the person in the coffin, and like as we saw earlier with the Mystic Styles album, there's a dark aura around this music, and people have taken that to a kind of an extreme where they believe that if the certain albums, you can collect them on the tapes, and if you play them and if you do certain things, you can summon demonic powers, or it's all kind of stupid, but it's very interesting. And there's been a lot of internet lore and just like people thinking very heavily about the style of music in that way, which has kind of aided its resurgence in modern days with this mystique that lies around it. But truthfully, the thing that has led to its resurgence is the fact that modern rap music has just drifted in this more Southern inspired way across the board. And Memphis hip hop, Memphis rap definitely inspired a lot of Southern rap music, as it is Southern rap music itself. And so, as I said in the beginning, these rattling hi-hats, TR-808 drum machine, repetitive hypnotic flows, these are all very important, very prevalent aspects of modern rap music, especially the trap style of modern rap music. Even modern pop music uses these rattling hi-hats and these 808 drum hits and these repetitive flows. It's really sunk its fingers into modern day music. And it's so interesting that it comes back to this small subgenre based in Memphis, Tennessee in the 1990s. But the most interesting, specific, and admitted influence of Memphis rap is the funk genre of hip hop production, which has become pretty popular due to TikTok and just like modern internet culture, and they just like they directly sample these classic Memphis rap songs. A lot of the producers of this style of music are from Russia, interestingly enough, which shows just like the international influence of this genre of music, which I'm sure when the people were originally making it, they wouldn't have imagined that it would have gone this far, that it would have been decades later inspiring people in Russia. It's pretty crazy, actually. And this funk subgenre, it will have songs that are sampling these artists, and they'll have like 80 million plays on Spotify, crazy numbers on YouTube, crazy numbers on TikTok, and TikTok videos using these songs. So truthfully, Memphis rap, Memphis horrorcore, even though we stay away from using that, just because it's a little bit, I would say it's a little bit offensive, honestly, to call it horrorcore. I've come to think that. I, for a while, was using the word horrorcore, but the truth is, a lot of these people, they were just rapping about things they saw. I mean, the murders and the drugs, that's just like, that was a part of life in Memphis, Tennessee for a lot of these rappers. So it's not horrorcore to them. It was what they were seeing. So a kind of bringing it down to like calling it horror sort of makes it seem like what they were dealing with was unrealistic, when in fact it was very realistic, very much part of their lives, and just something that they rapped about. So yeah, this small subgenre of music, or seemingly small, while everyone in the 90s was focused on East Coast, West Coast, New York hip hop, California hip hop, yeah, all this, just like the South was kind of flying under the radar, and even flying under the radar more than the South was specifically Memphis rap music. But Memphis rap music, Southern hip hop, Southern rap music is what has prevailed, what has been the most popular genre. And you'll hear the rattling hi-hats, you'll hear the 808 drum machine. And when you hear that, just think about how that style, that influence tracks back to some people making some music in Memphis, Tennessee in the 90s, just rapping about what they saw, rapping about some kind of dark topics. Some people call it horrorcore. Some people call it Memphis rap. I'm going to call it Memphis rap. But specifically talking about this style that was predominantly made in the 1990s. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Here's my citations. Yeah.